Satnam, Namaste, welcome by this second practice of your challenge. And today we're gonna dive into the second chakra. So last week the first chakra we focused on was the root chakra, the base of the spine, the foundation, Muladhara. And now the second, moving up just a little below the navel point, is Swadhisthana, the sacral chakra. So first we will do some grounding, so make yourself to be in a comfortable seat. And if this isn't comfortable for you, you know that you can always take another position with the legs out in front or with cushions under the knees supported, whatever you need to have a comfortable seat and a long spine. And we'll let the hands rest with the hands down to also ground ourselves, and close your eyes to go within. Take a moment to feel your sit bones, your seat touching the mat. And lifting up from the hips, the lower back into the middle back, up into the upper back, lengthening your neck, your entire spine, letting the head rest on top of the neck, the shoulders relax back. The chest slightly lifted. Relaxed jaw, relaxed tongue. Bring the attention to the seat again. Feel how your seat is touching the mat, the ground, rooting yourself down. Notice your breath. Inhale, your chest slightly rises. On the exhale, it falls. And we'll take 3 deep breaths to leave everything that already happened outside of the space, to be completely present with this 30-minute practice. Take a deep inhale, and exhale, let everything go. A deep inhale, and exhale, release. One more inhale, and sigh it out. You can open your eyes with a soft gaze and feel how your presence has increased by the simple grounding breathing practice. So for the sacral chakra is an area that is connected to the passion and creation in your life. So if you feel a lack of passion or you have a hard time creating in your life, then this chakra might be out of balance. And to bring it into balance, again, we're gonna also use a seat sound. And for this chakra, the seat sound is VAM, V-A-M, VAM. We're also going to use the mudra that supports this chakra. There's several mudras. You can look it up online if you like to try others. And today we're going to do the Yoni mudra, which is bringing the thumbs and the index fingers together. And the other fingers can just be interlaced. You bring this in front of the sacral chakra. It's a very feminine energy chakra. But also for men, this is a good practice to connect to that feminine energy, the energy of all mothers. And we all come from mothers. So we can all connect to that energy, that creative power, that creative force in our universe, birthing new humans, but also the force that births anything in our world. So anything that's birthed, all the plants, the trees, the animals, the earth, the universe itself, comes from this feminine force. So connect to that, and we're gonna chant VAM. So first close your eyes again, relax shoulders, take a deep inhale to exhale, and sigh. And inhale for VAM. VAM, 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 vam. Inhale, hold the breath. And feel the energy of this mantra, this seed sound, resonating through your cells, through your body. And exhale, sigh. Relaxing the hands back on the thighs. You can open your eyes with a soft gaze. This chakra, the sacral chakra, Svadhisthana, is also connected to a color. And the color for this chakra is orange. A deep, warm color of orange. The orange of creation, of passion. And we're going to also visualize this color filling up that wheel of energy at the back and the front of the body. So you can bring your hands on your lower belly, just below the navel, on your lower back, or both on the lower belly. You can also create this shape again, the yoni shape, like a triangle with the index fingers and thumbs on top of the belly. And you can either sit up, like I do right now, or lie down if you prefer to lie down on your back, and then make this shape on your lower belly while we practice with the visualization of the color. If you're seated, make sure you're lifted up from the chest so you have a long spine, and then close your eyes. Focusing on the central point of the chakra inside your body. Filling it up with the color orange, deep orange. Imagine, visualize this warm color filling up the cells in a moon shape, a crescent moon, the symbol of the feminine. And this crescent moon is resting down. So the points are pointing up, like a little bowl, holding that energy inside your body. Filling it up with the orange color, letting it vibrate out. Maybe even beyond your body. Play with that expansion of yourself, of your own energy. Make it wider and wider. And notice how it feels. Does it make you feel comfortable or uncomfortable? Does it make you feel more powerful or less powerful? Then slowly bring the color back to the center. Visualizing the wheel at the front of the body, connecting in the center, moving through the back of the body in an 8 shape, lying down, an infinity shape, moving back and forth, balancing those energies. And take a deep inhale here, and exhale, sigh. And slowly letting go of the position of the hands, opening the eyes again with a soft gaze. Next, we move into a couple of yoga postures to also balance and support the sacral chakra energy. You can start with bringing your legs out to the side. This is called the dragonfly pose. You can pull the flesh underneath your sit bones to sit more straight. If you still feel your pelvis is tilting, so your lower back is rounding, then it might be wise to sit on top of a cushion. You can just lift up the sit bones and support, so you sit at the edge of that cushion and then bring your legs out wide, so it's easier to come forward without much effort. And this way you lengthen that lower spine and the energy can flow through the spine, the central channel of the body, the Sushumna. You can let your legs just relax, so you don't have to flex your feet and make it a very strong and active pose. You can if you like, but you can also let it relax and go more into the yin posture. And then we lift the chest, lengthen, and come forward from the hips. You can walk your hands forward, and while you move forward, you might feel an increase in the stretch in the inside of the legs. So it's up to you how much of this stretch you like to go into. And I would say try about 70%. You don't want to go to the full 100% that your face is cringing and you're trying to work through it and think all the time, when is it over? But you want to be in a place where you can just relax your face and surrender into the posture. You can close your eyes if you like. By stretching the inside of the legs, we open up these energy channels, and the energy can flow through our sacral chakra, but also definitely the root chakra. A lot of postures that we do for any of these two chakras are closely related and work together, as everything is connected, of course, in the body and outside of the body as well. Notice if your jaw is relaxed. If your shoulders are relaxed. You can slightly drop the chin to lengthen the back of the neck. You might notice a little more space starts to open up for you to move a little deeper. You can also sink down on the elbows if you have that flexibility, or bring a block or a cushion in front to lean on. If it's very intense for you to stretch, you can use your breath. On the inhale, you send fresh oxygen to the stretch. And on the exhale, you let go of that tension. You sink a little deeper, surrendering into the stretch, the posture. Notice if there's any parts in the body that can soften more, relax more. Take another deep inhale here. Exhale, sigh. Feel again into the stretch. Notice if you can surrender a little more, a little further. Taking another soft breath in and out through the nose. And then press your hands to the ground to slowly bring yourself up. You can bend your knees, bring your hands underneath to help the knees to come up, straighten the legs out in front, and bring your hands behind you to lean back. Maybe you like to bend the knees and do some windshield wipers to relax the legs and the hips. Good. Then we move into the next posture, and it's called Supta Baddha Konasana, reclined butterfly pose. I'm gonna turn on the mat so I can show you from the side and use the length. For this posture, we like to have a bolster, which is usually a round yoga cushion, but I have today this cushion, and a block. The block is behind, so you have your head on the block, and the cushion is just behind your lower back. Your feet are together, the soles of the feet touch. And I'm just gonna fold this cushion because otherwise it's not high enough for me. If your knees are sensitive, notice that you can support the knees, very important. And then slowly lean back on your elbows. Bring your head on the block. So right here, this block is too high for me. And I can notice this because my chin is collapsing down. You want to have the back of the neck parallel to the floor, so the chin is not collapsing down, collapsing my neck, my throat. So I'm gonna remove my block. And having the arms out to the side like wings, opening up, hand palms up to the sky. In this posture, we're really opening up the lower back, compressing in the lower back, but also opening up the hips. So this is this entire area, also connected to the root and the sacral chakra. Today we focus mostly on the sacral chakra. So if you like, you can bring your attention to that area, connecting to that area. If it's easy for you, connecting to the color. And we can use some affirmations that you can repeat after me out loud. I am the creator of my life. I am passionate about what I do. My sexuality is sacred. I am the creator of my life. I feel passionate about what I do. My sexuality is sacred. I have clear boundaries. I have clear boundaries. Notice if the stretch is intense for you. You breathe in, bringing oxygen to that area, and exhale, sigh. And take another deep inhale here. And exhale, sigh. To come out of the posture, you press your elbows into the mat, lifting the chest. Supporting yourself slowly to come up. Helping the knees to come up, stretching the legs out to the front. In the counter pose, we can do a child's pose. Or bring the knees as wide as the mat, big toes touch, and let your upper body sink in between your thighs, forehead to the mat, arms are stretched out in front. Grounding yourself, rooting yourself down to the ground. brush your hands into the mat, slowly come back up to a seat. And just notice for a moment what your body feels like. Shoulders are above the hips, hands resting on the thighs. Coming back into this neutral posture, Sukhasana, where also our seat is grounding down. Feel the support of your base. And when that support, that foundation is balanced, you feel safe, then the energy can move up and also be open to create and to feel passionate. Safety is necessary to feel that and to let that energy flow. Now, one posture we already did last week, we're gonna do again, and it's a squat pose. So we're gonna come on the mat with the feet as wide as the mat. Now, for a lot of people, it's hard to get the heels to the ground. That's completely fine. You can bring cushions underneath your heels when you do the squats, or blocks. So whatever you prefer. Maybe the feet are not wide enough. Sometimes that helps also to sink down. And make sure your toes are pointing out to the side in the same direction as your knees. Bring the hands in front of the heart and pressing the elbows against your shins. Lifting the chest, lengthening the spine, creating space between the vertebrae. Notice if the weight is mostly on the insides of the feet, bring it to the outside. So not all the tension is collecting in the inner knees. We want to protect the knees. We're bringing that out to the outsides of the feet and having the knees point in the direction of the big toes. Notice where you feel the stretch, always being curious and open. Every time is different. Every moment your body is different. Every day, every practice. And that makes it interesting. So even if we do the same, it feels different and we can discover new things in yoga. If you like, you can bring your chin to the chest, let your hands rest on the back of your neck. Rounding your spine, feeling that stretch along the neck down to the tailbone. And then gently release. Bring the hands to the ground or sit back, stretching the legs out in front. And I'm going to slowly lie down on the mat. Make sure you have a block close to you for the last posture. I'm going to make sure that you see me. Okay. First we take a mini Savasana. Arms are next to the body, hand palms up. So the shoulders are opening up, sinking back, creating space in the chest for your lungs to breathe. Using that space in the lungs, take a deep breath to your lower belly and exhale, sigh. And bend your knees, feet on the mat, feet are hip distance. You grab the block, and we use the block on the half side. So this will be the high side, half side, low side. So if the half side is too high for you, you can bring it down to the low side. You lift up your hips, inhale, and bring the block underneath your sit bones, which is just above your butt cheeks and below your lower back. Then straighten your legs and bring your arms out to the side. So we create a supported bridge where the hips are lifted, the hips open up to the side, creating space in the lower belly for your organs to completely relax. Your chin is down here, lengthening the back of the neck. Focusing again at the sacral chakra, filling it up with the color of orange, the crescent moon as a bowl in your lap, inside your body, underneath your belly button. And again, you can use the affirmations. I create my own life. I'm passionate about what I do. My sexuality is sacred. I have clear boundaries. I create my own life. I'm passionate about what I do. My sexuality is sacred. I have clear boundaries. And take a deep inhale here. And exhale, sigh. Bending the knees, feet on the mat. And gently lift your hips, removing the block. Bring the hips down and let your knees rest against each other for a moment. So you give your lower back the chance to sink back in alignment, in line with the rest of the spine. And just relax. And slowly stretch out the legs, roll to one side, brush yourself up with your free hand to come back to a seat. crossing the other ankle in front if you remember how you started. If you sit in Sukhasana, easy pose, this is called easy pose, not easy for everyone. Or any other posture that you need to have a straight spine and be relaxed. Letting the hands rest for a moment, finding that alignment again in the spine, the shoulders relaxed. Letting the energy settle after these poses, sinking down to the ground, your sit bones connecting to your mat. And we'll close this practice with the Yoni Mudra again. So thumbs, index fingers together, interlacing the other 3 fingers and holding it in front of your sacral chakra. The seats out Vam 1 time long. Deep inhale. Gently release, open the eyes, let your hands rest on your knees. So if you like, I'd love to hear your experience of this practice. You can take the time to stay in Savasana a little bit longer. Take your time to integrate this practice, drink lots of water, and have a beautiful rest of your day. Namaste.